Now, Constantine will come to control the far western sector, the far western quadrant, as a Caesar, a junior Caesar. And he's very quickly going to go up to battle against a man named Maxentius, who controls the choice part of the empire, including Rome. And Maxentius is going to meet him in battle at the Battle of Milvian Bridge in the year 312. And this is kind of an epic moment. We don't know for sure what happened, but we know that what tradition tells us, and this is what many people believed, and so this is the kind of the traditional narrative. So the day before this battle, Constantine knows that this is a critical battle. If he loses it, he'll probably die. But if he wins, he will control half of the Roman Empire, including Rome. Now, the other half of the empire was already controlled by a man named Licinius. And so Constantine had to make his move so that Licinius would not take the part that belonged to Maxentius. Okay? So the day before the battle, Constantine is outnumbered 3-1. It seems like his odds are not looking good at all. And so he sees a cross in the sky, and he hears a booming voice come from the sky that says, "In hoc signo vinces," which means in Latin, "In this sign you will conquer." Now, Constantine's mother, Helena, was a Christian. And he was not a Christian. His father was not a Christian. His father was also a Roman military leader. And so he knew about Christ, and he knew the Christian story. And he immediately knew or thought that that cross represented Christ. And so he hears Christ tell him, "In hoc signo vinces," in this sign you will conquer. So he quickly takes the two first letters from Christ's name, the Chi and the Rho, and he puts those on the shields and on the standards marching into battle. And so the next day they win, despite the odds of being outnumbered 3-1. And so he attributes his victory to Christ. And so this is going to forever change Christianity, at least in the West, okay? But the idea here is that Christ has a military presence, Christ has a military purpose, okay? And he wanted Constantine to win this battle and to unite Christianity to the Roman Empire. Now, Constantine will then go on to favor Christianity. And of course, as he becomes emperor over the whole Roman Empire in 324, when he defeats Licinius, he will again reunify the whole empire and have it all under one head. And he and his mother will promote Christianity. One of the ways that they did this was by building a city called Constantinople. Today it's known as Istanbul, which is kind of a different pronunciation or corruption of that name, Constantinople. But Constantinople was a little fishing port named Byzantium. And it's in a very critical place. It's on the Bosporus, between the Black Sea and the Adriatic. And it also stands between Europe and Asia. And so there's kind of a cross there, a land cross and a sea cross, if you will. And so it's a highly strategic place. And this Constantinople will become the center of the Roman Empire very soon. He will make it his new Rome. He's going to move all the administrative offices from Rome over to Constantinople because there were just too many problems there in the old city of Rome. Logistical issues, problems with the infrastructure and so forth, and he wanted to build a new city. And so he makes it a Christian city. He invites Christians to come, to live there, and he's going to favor Christians. Meanwhile, his mother, St. Helena, is going to go around the Roman Empire promoting Christianity, building churches such as the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. So you can see Christianity is now going to become a religion that has a lot of imperial kind of clout and panache, okay? Now, just think about it. Just 10 years earlier, Christianity was being persecuted. They were under the Diocletian persecution, one of the harshest persecutions ever. And Christians were being fed to wild beasts. Now everything is flipped, completely the opposite. And this is going to have an enormous effect on the dynamics of the Christian church.